Why not? Anytime. Now's as good as any time. So, kicking off. I know I said Friday. Technically, it's still my Friday. I haven't went to bed. Although, time-wise, we drifted into early Saturday morning. Let me turn this podcast down. We are back for the Friday night / Saturday morning train wreck. Playing some catch-up. We're done taking dinner to people. Done cleaning. Out of that shop, back to this one. Paradise, the studio, the computer shop. So, what are we playing catch up with? What are we going to make? What are we going to make great again tonight? I'm kind of tired, so it may be a little off. But hey, it's alright to be tired. We're going to spend a little bit playing catch up on this thing. It is, let me check the paperwork. Okay, so that one had the charging port broken or loose. I guess I'll do an illustration. Okay. I can kind of show you what we had to do for that one. Now, DC jacks are typically made out of metal, and DC jack is basically where your power cord plugs in. Okay, inside the laptop where the power cord plugs into, and also you'll find these on some of the smaller computers. You won't actually have a power supply inside of it. Now, this one does. This one does, in fact, have a power supply in it. But I'm talking about, you get some of these computers that have the mini ITX motherboards in them, and there's no actual power supply in it. It just has what looks equivalent to this, but inside the computer. That's what is that? A Pico power supply? So, I'm not sure what they call it. I can't remember right now. A little tired for that one, but that one actually has a power supply inside. That one is completely dead. It got hit by a power surge and then wouldn't turn on. Currently waiting on a call back to see what exactly the plan is for that one. So once we have a plan for that, we'll probably throw that up in maybe recording and then sit down editing, because I do like editing and I haven't got to do that for a little while. So that could be fun. Time-wise, I don't know if time is going to permit. However, we'll see what I can make out of the weekend. Whew, I gotta be careful. I am tired. I almost hit the stop stream or go off air button there. So let's get this wrapped up. Okay, we can plug it in. That should be enough length to reach to that computer there. We can check it. Oh yes. That will work fine for us. So let's wrap this guy up. And why wrap these up? Well, common sense. Come on. We don't want a tangled mess here. When you're already going to be fighting with the computer, do you really want to fight with the power cord? I mean, I guess it could make it interesting. You know, kind of train wrecks are interesting. You just can't help but look. Even automobile accidents, anything like that, people just can't help but look. All right. So here's what we're going to do for these people here. We're going to chop the Velcro off of here, mainly because it is dead and there is no gripping power left for this Velcro. We'll go ahead and put a whole new strip on there. Now we just have to find one. What do we have a full length strip of Velcro wrapping up at this current time? Do I have one? I know we took some home. Do I have some on my power? Yes. Okay, that will work perfect. So let's undo the one from my power supply over here. And continue We don't need this. We'll do it up with a wire tie. It's your own personal equipment. Doesn't matter as much, correct? Correct. Alright, all the work done to that for nothing. We need our Velcro. So why play catch up? Well, to try and keep up on all of this. It's, yeah. You go through, whenever you do work on this kind of stuff, you go through these little spurts with, I don't know, the best place to start would probably be, we'll say, coming out of winter. People have been cooped up all winter. And some people may bring them in to get their computers worked on from whatever they've done to it all winter long with clicking on ads and on links and emails and whatever, adware, malware, stuff like that. But not too many. And then as summer goes on, it kind of does dwindle down a little. Speaking strictly from experience here. So, and then getting toward the end of summer, fall, when school starts back up. Not that it matters. It's not like us, the working class, working people have a summer vacation, kind of like kids do. So if you're still in high school, enjoy it. It doesn't last forever. It's the real world is no fun compared to, I was going to say high school. No. I've often thought about that. But yeah, toward the end of summer, when the kiddos are starting back to school, elementary, whatever, high school, all school, college, people want to get their computers wrapped up and taken care of. Their kids' computers, their computers. So there's a little spurt there. However, this summer was off. This summer was pretty busy. Actually, it's been a super busy 2 years, as far as I can tell. You know, I'm not the authority on it, but again, speaking from experience, it's been a crazy 2 years. Okay, better, much better. Now we have a little bit of order on our counter, and this is kind of the train wreck that I want to talk about a little bit. We need to do some examining here and check out a model number, see what kind of RAM is in this thing, and possibly we'll get it turned on. We'll get this turned on. DC jacks, yeah. So this one was broken loose. Going back to the illustration I said I would do. So I don't think on any of these ones, I don't think it has any. No, I'm not seeing any. Just giving a quick look. I don't see any of the style that I saw. Basically, the DC jack in this laptop had a little tab coming off the side. So let's grab our pen and we will do a quick scan for a clipboard, which we have none. No clipboard. We'll get out the paper. Okay, so DC jack. Got where your cord may plug in, the box part of it, that's all metal. You know, we're going to say metal. Now, what it had was a little tab coming off of the side, and this tab was not metal. Even though these are pretty much encased in metal, it had plastic coming out of the side of it. In this area here, coming out of the side of it. So you have your DC jack, then the wire comes off. Little plastic tab with a screw hole mounting it down. Well, from plugging and unplugging it, that little tab had broken. So what we did was got a piece of tin from an old back plate, took sloppy drawings, I know. Took our DC jack and bent the piece of tin basically like this, so it would fold around and sandwich together in that area, and screw went down through, mounting it back so it's no longer plastic. It is a metal bracket holding that in there. That was the problem this sad computer was here for. No way to plug it in. The jack was basically in there bouncing around, connected only by the wires, and from it bouncing around and plugging and unplugging, it had tugged on it a little bit and was no longer charging. One of the wires had broke loose. So we soldered it up, made the nice little bracket, and that is the current state of affairs with this computer. Now, we need to, it's got to get a cleanup. It's pretty bad. And I do believe one or so utilities have ran on. I believe Malwarebytes and possibly ADW have ran on it. We will see on the desktop if we have any shortcuts for text files. This one is a possible, and I know this is way over here, this is a possible SSD upgrade. However, going by the age of the machine, it's an Aspire 5335. It is a Windows Vista basic machine. So the age of that machine, does it deem an SSD upgrade? Let's go here. Aspire 5335, a Vista basic. When did this thing come out? That's what I want to know. So let's go to release date. March 28th. When this is from, March 28th, 2011. Oh boy, let's see if we can find that date in this document. Okay, copyright 2011. Last updated March 28th, 2011, as typed down here. So when is there a review on this thing? Amazon. So they're still selling these Vista machines? Okay, I guess. Could it really be that old? I mean, come on now. It does have an Intel Celeron inside. We're going to see exactly which Celeron is inside. Malwarebytes. Free 14-day trial. Don't delay. Use the trial today. Ooh, they're running some Windows gadgets. That's a no-no. That is a no-no. We're going to shut them down real quick. Norton, you have failed. You failed, Norton. Why? Why fail? Why fail, Norton? Don't fail. Oh, okay. So that is why. You are the free Xfinity one. Not that I know if Xfinity branded Norton is any different than the real one. I don't. I've never bought it myself. I just don't like the results I've had when I have tried the free one in the past. So if it works for you, good, go for it. We're disabling Norton so it doesn't steal any. Believe it or not, some of the tools that the people that do this stuff, whatever you want to call them, IT specialist, technicians, IT technician, throw your cliche name out there. A lot, not a lot, but some of the tools that you use, the software, the utilities, tools, whatever you want to call them, that you use to clean up computers, antivirus programs, specifically like AVG Free, Avast Free, Norton, Windows Defender, Malwarebytes even sometimes, when it has the real-time protection that comes with the free 14-day trial, will take your tools, because the way those tools work is real similar to other files. So if you ever, in another way that you can see kind of how the real-time protection works, if you ever get a copy of, say, cracked Office or some pirated software, okay, when you plug in that flash drive, now granted, if you put a CD in and the CD's not rewritable and you can't delete the files off of it, if it's not set up like rewritable media or like a hard drive, CDR or whatever, set up where you can write to it continuously, you will see antiviruses and other programs grab that crack, grab the whatever files are modified. So yeah, it gets a little frustrating when you don't happen to see, you think the computer started up and bang, out of nowhere Norton fires up and grabs one of your tools that you need to use. Then you got to allow it or shut it down completely, which is what we did here. We have it shut down. Now we're going to go ahead and run a scan on this. So the document that I found over here on the screen Acer Aspire 5335 15.6 inch laptop, Intel Celeron M575. One that is okay. Date first available. The 13th of November, November 13th, 2009. Being that this is almost a 10-year-old computer right here, do we extend the life of it slightly with an SSD? Yeah, you could. Here's the thing though. This SSD, even though it's an off-brand, a cheaper one, or I don't know how, what the best is. I like Samsung. Of course, a lot of these companies I've never heard of are coming with 3, 4, 5, 6-year warranties. 3-year warranty, and you can't beat that. Anything you get a warranty with is great. So a 10-year-old computer, speed it up a little by using an SSD, or perhaps anything going on with this one, just forget it, and any money that would be paid toward it, upgrade to a newer computer. I would recommend a newer computer. However, this 10-year-old computer seems to be running fairly well. We're going to go in and take a look at the system and see what it has in store for us. What is it? I already read the processor. Celeron M575, and how much RAM. So this thing has 2 gigs of RAM in it. It is an Intel Celeron, but it's not the 575, it is the 585. What wireless card does this thing? Is it even wireless N, or is it G? Has it been upgraded? Let's find out. Okay, an Atheros AR5B91 wireless network adapter. So wow. Okay, so it's CNR2.4 network. It's not plugged in. Change adapter settings. Yeah, AR5B91. So I'm guessing it's had an upgraded wireless card at some point in its life. AR5B91. So it's an ABGN PCIe 802.11 VGN wireless. So we are going at N speeds. Not draft N, and not AC. And there's even newer wireless standards. I don't even know what they are at this point. So, alright, this is one we're going to discuss with the people, the boss man and the people. 10-year-old computer, throw more money into it. The RAM is going to have to max out at probably 3 gigabytes, maybe 4, without going over to my workstation and actually Googling for this specific computer. Yeah, I don't know what. I don't want to call it a relic, but it is pushing relic status. We have a faded out Vista product key on the bottom. So, as far as it working, and if they can get a little more speed, are they going to get the full benefits from installing an SSD? No. I'm guessing it's a SATA 2 connection in here, so it's not even going to connect it to full speed for this drive to read and write. But it still will be faster than a conventional spinny hard drive. Fully compatible, I don't know if this hardware is going to understand the controller that the SSD uses. So, yeah, a bit of a shock. Really can't do nothing with it here yet. I can't call the boss man or these people right now. And little frame of reference, we are running 32-bit Windows, so this rec has to wait. I'm not trying to insult anybody's computer, but this thing is 10 years old, a Vista basic machine. If that's what they want, we're going to do it. We need to discuss it with a couple parties, though. On to this. Ooh, we need a password, people. Who's got the password? Of course. We're going to do it like this. Alright, let's see if we can find out. Oh, and yet another computer complaining about the power supply. And this is the one that came with it. Malwarebytes scan completed, 117 identified threats. A whole lot of pups, Trojans. Anybody that doesn't know what pup is, potentially unwanted program. So there's going to be a whole lot of those. Basically all pups except for a few Trojans. Okay, and then we have some just your average malware here, files and folders. search provide, search protect, generic. What else do we got here? Pretty much it. So let's go ahead and remove those 117. This computer was no exaggeration, it was really slow booting. So the broken DC jack where it couldn't be plugged in was a major problem, but with that fixed, it is kind of the least of the problems with what is going on here. Come on, they're quarantined. Let me click finish after you finish quarantining. Another thing that I'm stuck on a little bit, like I said, we don't have over here, we don't have an HDMI KVM. Once we do though, I plan on sending one of the HDMI outs over to, I'm going to bring back the Hauppauge capture card, the HD PVR2, and plug it in, and we'll have a little bit of latency. I think I can offset it with the settings, but we're going to feed one of the KVM ports into, actually how would we do that? I don't know. We're gonna figure it out though, how to feed the HDMI KVM into the stream so you can see what's going on when we do work on the KVM over here. Another thing that I've been stuck on, and I'm trying to figure it out. Yes. DVR, a Samsung. What is this thing? And model number. So it is a Samsung SDR3102N. It is a DVR. The files that this thing puts on the hard drive of the recorded video are dot period, whatever you want to say, .SSF files. Samsung something, blah, who knows, I don't know. However, we have the hard drive pulled out, plugged into Windows, plugged into a Windows machine. You can do nothing with it. You can't access it. It just appears like a raw drive. Plugged into a Linux machine or a Mac machine. Mac hasn't been tested yet. Plugged into our Linux server, you can see the partitions. Everything is there, and they are .SSF files. I've been trying all kinds of players. I did get a Samsung Smart Viewer, which would be here in my downloaded folders. We're going to try the older version, the 495 right here. We'll go ahead and get that installed quick. Close that, close that. So who is out there right now? Whoa, did you guys hear that podcast? Oh, I did do a little work, by the way. Let's take a look here. We'll go front and center. I happen to get the Android emulator working a little better. So basically, like I said, same as on iOS. Search podcast, you will get a bunch of apps to use. Obviously, Google makes it, Google Podcast is going to be toward the top of that list. So a whole bunch of podcast players, relating back to the last stream that I did when talking about the podcast how-do. Yeah, my favorite should be right here. Podcast Republic. Icon looks like that. Anyone familiar with Downcast on iOS years ago about... hey, thanks for the loud engine. Anyone familiar with Downcast years ago about, let's think, iPod Touch, 4th generation, like around the iPhone 3GS, iPhone 4, in that era. That version iPod, that version iPhone is when I was using Downcast, and I loved it for a podcast aggregator or a podcast catcher app. And this really reminded me of Downcast, is why it stuck. It used to be iTunes' top podcast player. They switched it to Podcast Republic. Alright, so I did get that running a lot better. When you don't give your device, even a virtual device, enough RAM, yeah, I can see the problem with it. Why it wasn't running, plus I had, all those apps installing. Anybody curious about that, if you want to mess around with, learning to code apps for Android, download Android Studio, follow a few tutorials online as far as how to tell you what, it's not the smoothest interface, but once you get a phone set up right, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Follow some tutorials, learn to code, make some apps. Not saying that like it's easy. It is not, and I know it's not. Can we close it? Nope. We're just going to let that crash out. Hopefully it don't kill the stream. Yes, I want to exit Android Studio and take this blasted phone. Oh, okay, the phone left. Alright, Smart Viewer, let's go ahead and extract this. Anybody that didn't believe me, I said train wreck. We're going to bounce all over the place like we're cleaning up the rubble from everything being smashed to bits. Alright, did it finish? Almost. Okay, let's go find the folders. On down, on down, on down. Smart Viewer 495. We'll go ahead and install it. We're going to get a flash drive, which is, where is it? Oh, it's in this other computer, of course. We'll get our flash drive, and we're going to plug into the Linux server. We got to wake poor Benson up. Benson, get up. What are you doing, man? Wake up. Come on, Benson. Where are you? Snap out of it. I think he might be done for. We may need a reboot. 1. Okay, we're back on 4. We got our mouse back. Poor Benson is not with the program right now. So, Control-Alt-Delete him. See if we can restart him. He is on. He's just not waking up. Benson, wake up. Alright. Quick restart. Hopefully the server did not crash. While we're letting that go, let's get logged back into Windows, removing those malware. The login screen seemed to come up slightly quicker than the last time. Still taking a bit to get to Windows. Still in need of much cleanup. Alright. Okay, and we got Benson awake. Let's put in the oh, that's what we were waiting on. So we had none, no, 0, zilch for the login screen. Let's type the password and hit enter to see. Did it come up? Alright, we're going to unplug you because you seem to be presenting a problem. Alright, there we go. We have our desktop. Let's plug this in. Actually, we need to mount our drive with the SFF files. So we'll go ahead, snap the drive in, plug in the SATA port, SATA data, set down our 2 terabyte storage drive. I'm sorry you can't see this right now. I'm just over here trying. Alright. Boy, we're having some server issues. Well, let's restart them again. Hardware failure is not an impossibility. I wanted to try and play these SSF files. And yeah, no, not working today. So. Alright. While that is starting, let's start up another tool. So we have ran a few. I don't know why that one's there. That utility does not work with Windows 10. I think Day Shift must have done that in their hurried rush trying to achieve making this computer great again, they had to have ran the wrong tool. So upon clicking on anything, we're getting some major stall out, as is one of the major symptoms with an infected computer or a failing hardware computer. So we have clicked. We'll see how long it takes to show up. We're about 20 seconds or so in. Computer still booting, and also File Explorer giving us no access to it yet. Let's click again. Yeah, nothing yet. Alright, turning Benson, our server, on again. And if anybody has a good name for a server out there, better than Benson, send us a message. I don't know. I just, I didn't want to do Jeeves or Jives or Alfred. Alfred is Batman's. We can't be having no Alfreds for our server. But we really want to try and stick to a butler's name. Your classic butler name for our server. Alright, File Explorer will fire up fairly quick, so that tells me the computer is booted. Still slow to load everything in the system tray. Everything that is included in startup. So yeah, we got a lot here. Another thing, I don't know if I said this, and if I have before, I'm sorry. You're going to hear me repeat myself a lot if you watch these on any type of regular basis. It is not beneficial to install multiple antiviruses. You're not doubling up. It's not like, having a door or a window and then a storm window, or not like, putting up more insulation or covering up with another blanket. It does not work like that at all. When you have multiple antiviruses running, basically what they're doing is confusing each other instead of doing the job they're set there to do. They can partially do the job they're there to do, but to really simplify the explanation, when you have more than one, they're basically fighting each other, confusing each other, like, oh, what are you doing, what are you doing, what's up. Not really, but not good. It isn't really effective. I mean, how much so, I don't know. Do I have numbers? No. Do I need proof? No. I never go with proof. Come on. Who uses proof? It's 2018. 2018, we don't need proof. We don't need facts. We're just going to make this stuff up. Grabbing the milkshake. So we are not going to go super long tonight. However, we will try and get something accomplished. Energy is fading. I'm not going to lie. Super tired. Alright, let's go into the partition and get one of the ss.ssf files. Alright, those are the database files. That is the wrong partition on this hard drive. Let's go to the other one and find a file. Any of them should do. They're all roughly around 2 gigabytes. We're going to copy and then paste over to our flash drive. There's room. I don't know if there's room. We'll find out. Alright, let's paste it over. Okay, we got some numbers going. We're going to let that copy. Ripping right through to the 2 gigabytes. Alright, utilities here. I can kind of guess what was ran going by the few text document shortcuts on, or log files on the desktop, but we're going to run some of our standard stuff again. ADW Cleaner, highly recommended. Go out there, download it. It's made by Malwarebytes. It wasn't always. It was its own little entity, but I believe they bought it, and it works great. ADW Cleaner. This is an older version, so let's see. Nope, nothing new. We're going to go ahead and And okay, so if I'm missing a whole bunch of audio, feel free to yell and throw me some hate. I usually try to monitor these things while I'm working on whatever. I try to give a glance over here to my monitor to see that the video hasn't froze, over here to the recorder, which I'm not moving the camera, but the recorder's right over here, I promise. I usually try to monitor my audio levels. Alright, let's get this viewer set up for our .sssf file. Oh, and what I was saying here, we're going to go ahead and get a newer version of ADW Cleaner. Give us a browser. We have our flash drive. The file is copied over. We're going to go ahead and eject it. Get it to our Windows machine where we are installing the Samsung Smart Viewer. Hopefully, I've been looking for a way to do this for a while, and I've been trying many third-party, like one-off players for backup files on DVRs and NVRs with no success. None, zero, zilch. And this is a kind of important job. It's just about at wit's end. Allegedly, and I can't go into details, but the video that is needed was deleted. So if I find a way to play one of the files that we have access to, then we're going to go ahead and recover the deleted files off of the DVR hard drive. And that's about all that I can tell you with that story ever. So, alright, let's find our SSF file. It was a big long number, and it would have today's date. Alright, roughly 1.82 gigabytes. We'll copy and paste it over to our not that hard drive, this one. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're copying over our .ssf file. We have that copying there. We'll let that do its thing. Give a quick, yeah, it is installed. And really, apologies if I lost a bunch of audio and there was minutes without it. Occasionally the recorder does bug out and it's just like, yeah, I know you need this audio, but hey, no more. Right now, no more. Turn me off, turn me back on. Not what you would expect for a multifunction device that's like roughly $1,000, but it happens. So if man made it, man will find a way to break it. Alright, Chrome is open here. We're going to look for ADW Cleaner. Go ahead and get that. Alright, and we've got our .ssf file here. We're going to go ahead and open up this smart viewer wherever if it left me an icon. These programs often do not, so let's look for Smart Viewer Desktop App. Okay, Samsung, my hope lies with you to play these video files and give me some luck on this. Help me pick up this unsightly mess of it. Ooh. No. I don't need a password. Alright, Smart Viewer, where are you? Allegedly you started. Set. And you're not running. Well, great. Do I have to have the password? That's my big question. Smart Viewer? Okay, so apparently something is happening. However, it's not. I'm not. Oh, okay. Okay, well, can you see my password if I type? Oh, you can't repeat characters. Okay. Can't use weak? Really? Who would ever think that somebody would use password as password? Can't use. Yes. Oh, 8 characters. Okay. This one. Alright. Letters and numbers. Of course, we'll do something simple. Okay. Ooh, we better delete all that. That's not going to work. They should match? Okay, password. And here is my admin. Let's log in. Now what I don't know is because I just set my own password for the admin account here. Is it going to let me view the video file from said DVR? Is it going to let me view the video file from the hard drive out of this DVR, being that has its own account set up in the software and with an admin, username is admin and whatever password they use. We may have to set it up, call on Monday when business opens for the day, call them, get their password for the DVR, and do it that way. Now, let's go through some of our options. I don't see... Yeah, I'm not seeing anything right here. User update device. I don't think this is going to do what I want it to do. I think this is more of for setting up cameras. So video. Yeah, nothing. What is that? Nothing. Live search. Yeah, no, this would let us export video. So do I read from the hard drive directly? No, I don't know. Smart viewer, I don't think you're going to do what I think you should or would do. Yeah, no, there's one other thing to try. And I don't see this working. Properties. Change the application this opens with. E-series backup viewer, more apps. Let's find... Okay. No. Yeah, we want a pirate program to open this. Look for another app on this PC. So it's not under that, and it's not there. That's program files. Let's go to the 32-bit program files and look for... yeah, I don't see it. I don't see any of them. Samsung, there we go. Smart viewer, binary. Smart viewer exe. Update smart viewer main exe. Viewer exe. Let's try that. SEC backup viewer. Apply. Okay. I doubt it, but you know what? Ooh. Okay. Now I have. Yep. Failed to load SEC file. So here we go. I didn't want to show this right away in case it played a video, and I'm showing you video of people doing who knows what. we're not adding any kind of smut or crazy stuff to the train wreck. I'm sorry. No. If you tuned in for that, go to find another place. It did not work though. Upon double clicking this and then hitting play, it failed to load SEC file. So let's close that window out. We're going to go here again and change our properties. Change. More apps. Scroll down. Look for another app on this PC. 32-bit program files. Samsung, right at the top. Smart Viewer 3. Binary. DVR setup language. What is under SP? Nothing. I've already tried under viewer and viewer.exe. Let's go for Smart Viewer exe. We will see if this works. Probably not. Okay, so I switched away, but again, another error. And this is the typical results of what I have when trying to view these .ssf files, which are video files. They are the backup copies direct off of the hard drive out of the DVR. I've not found any way to play them. I know there's a lot out there, and there are a few forums where if you're not a member and it's a paid forum, the link is kind of like it's blocked, so you can't click it by a message box that says you need to sign up in order to view this and download. I'm not paying for probably what's going to be the same results of not working at all. So what happens if we drag and drop this? Nothing, nowhere to drag and drop to. Okay, we're going to leave it there, and we will continue that mission another time. Log out, yes. We'll close that down. Is it still running down here? Smart Viewer, what are you doing? Go away. Alright, apparently Smart Viewer has logged out. Alright, ADW at malwarebytes.com. ADW cleaner, sorry. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to say this real quick because I saw a name for a product in another one of those links I just had on screen. A lot of the computers that, and I'm not slamming this product because I have never really used it. I don't know much about it, but WebRoot, it's real popular. I have seen it on a lot of computers, and a lot of people say it's good, and other people say it's not. I don't know. I've never personally used WebRoot, but I do know quite a few of the computers that come in that are really, really bad, infected, or to the point of they end up getting a data backup wiped out, reloaded with Windows, and the data scanned with antiviruses or antivirus utilities, and then the data transferred back. A good 85 to 90%, I'm going to say, without actually digging through paperwork when I wrote it down. 85 to 90% have had WebRoot on. So, coincidence? I don't know. Could be. I've never really used it. Alright, we're going to get the newest version of ADW Cleaner. Woo, I had a squeak. Oh, squeak on my wrist. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to show me in folder. Show in folder. Okay. I don't want to know more. Thank you very much, though it's late. Close the Chrome window. Out of here. Get out of here. People. Here's an idea, and this isn't original. Not original at all. Advertisements obviously are a big thing on the internet. Now, would you pay a small fee to avoid advertisements for your internet experience? Like if they worked out a system, whether you log on with like an ID, like I know you can't use a driver's license ID because then kids couldn't log on to the internet or get on the internet. So maybe like a social security number, I don't know, some way to get on the internet, and you pay a small fee and you're free of ads because you're paying the fee. The companies are still getting their money, and people that really want to buy their products can, but how bad would that hurt their sales and marketing? You know, how bad would it really hurt it? I like the idea. I would gladly pay a small fee to not have to watch ads and have constant pop-ups and stuff going on like that. Alright, we're going to do a quick ADW cleaner on this thing. Well, hopefully it goes quick. I don't know how quick it will be, but we're going to shoot for quick. ADW cleaner 7240. If you try this program, you probably can run it and it's not going to be real successful. So when you get after you download it and get the link, one of the things you want to do is if you point directly to it and just right click, or you can click on it once to highlight it in blue and then right click. Either way works, and go to run as admin. That's what you want to do to get the program to run without complaining at you, if it is indeed one of the ones that complains. I'm pretty sure it is. So running it as admin, starts up. I agree. Are you sure? Yes. Are you sure you're sure? Yes. Alright, firing up a scan. ADW cleaner usually takes a few minutes. Just a couple of minutes really. Yeah, I'd say no more than 5 to 10. If it's taking maybe infected bad, maybe not so bad with some failing, you have issues going on if this program does not run through quickly. The SSD is on hold for now till we talk to the parties involved. We're going to see and it's not a whole lot. According to this, 15. It's found 15 different things. 14 pups that are linked together, and then a pup dot optional mind spark, 1 threat, and then 14 threats, and then 1, so 15 total. We're going to hit clean and repair. Save anything you may be working on because your computer is going to want to reboot. You could restart later, but I usually do it right then. Just save practice. Does it matter? I don't know. We don't need the facts. Don't ask. Do not ask, because I don't know. Alright, where be it? Alright, we're getting a restart. For anybody that wants to see that, there is our Windows 10 restart. Alright, let's check some stats. Okay, we've got 55. Bruh, bing, bang, right on. 55 minutes. I just checked the display of how long we've been streaming this. So an hour for the Friday night / Saturday morning, early Saturday morning train wreck. 55 minutes is a good time. We're going to let this restart, see the state of it. Malwarebytes got some things out. ADW got a few things out. We're going to go ahead and run Malwarebytes again, followed by ADW again, because running them multiple times you can find different things. Malware can get into your computer, and it can be like layered like an onion. You peel one layer back only to expose another. Malware, adware, all that crap can work like that, so we're going to find out very, very soon. Let this thing do its reboot. Dell. I feel kind of like I've been left behind. See, I have a Dell, real similar to this. Mine is a touchscreen, however, though. And mine does not have that nice little power cord. Mine doesn't have this fancy little skinny blue, let's move this stuff out of the way. This little skinny blue power cord like this. Although this computer and my laptop are very, very similar processor wise, RAM wise. Pretty much everything internally is right dead on with each other, only mine is the touch model, this is not. And this one has this fancy little blue plug. I like these. I don't know why I like them. I don't know. call it just too many years of seeing this fatter Dell, HP, and sometimes Lenovo, and Lenovo has a bigger version of this. I like the newer one better. Newer is better, right? You gotta have the newest, the best. Mine has this aftermarket, but it is mine. I have the fat plug. This has the skinny. Even though the computer only one's touch, one's non-touch model. Figure that out. All right, and again, time for our password. Despite the rumors, we don't hand out people's passwords if we can help it. If I do flash a paper on screen, I'm sorry. Password usually isn't going to do you much good unless it is an online account. Most are off. Online accounts, though, like logging into Windows with a Microsoft account, a Yahoo account, Gmail account, are becoming more and more popular, so you're going to have to be more diligent with not showing the paperwork, not letting it flash on. Not that I think anybody would steal somebody's info, but the fact is people do it, so shame on me. Alright, we are getting a fairly slow riding around, hitting the brakes with your emergency brake engaged boot up. We are not moving real quick here. We did just remove that stuff with ADW cleaner, and then not the case. So at this point, like I said, I would like to run Malwarebytes again, ADW again. I'm going to let this go ahead and boot up and probably see how it acts for a moment. After that, well, 3 problems. Failing hardware, infected computers, or any combination of the two. Whether it be really infected and slightly failing hardware, or not so infected and really bad, about to die, failing hardware. Oh, these Friday night missions, early Saturday morning missions are tiresome. Okay, so again, 15 from this one. Once Windows did appear, though, it went fairly quick. Like bang, it was up. It appears, nope. Okay, so a few seconds later, most of the stuff is loaded. Now, I see that Norton is well, was Norton here on this one, or was Norton here? I don't remember. If Norton is here, we have another problem yet, because we have McAfee. Now that's another thing that can have your computer running slower. Not only do the antiviruses confuse each other or stop each other from doing their job, but they can conflict with each other to the point where your computer will run slower. So don't double, triple, quadruple up on the antiviruses. Doubling down with antivirus programs is not going to help. It's going to hurt more than anything. Can it be done? Yes. Past experience, I've seen computers with 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 different antiviruses on them. And man, was that was more of a train wreck than me trying to do this stuff daily. Let me say that. So, and my train wrecks are pretty bad. Alright, still booting up, being slow. We're definitely going to shut this down and continue on Monday with testing the hard drive to see what's going on. I'm not going to make it down here tomorrow, which is actually later today, Saturday. Sunday, the podcast. We are going to have the podcast live stream on Sunday. Not sure what it's going to be about yet. There are a few things that I've heard from other live streams and podcasts that I would love to talk about. I don't always want to pull what I'm talking about from other shows, but I do want to just bring up what I heard about on a show last night, and I've been seeing online here and there. Okay? Everybody knows what this is. This is a phone, a cell phone. Now, cell phone. The program I was listening to last night there are actual, as a scientist and other people helping this guy. There's a guy that's the face of the company that doesn't really know the science, but he is the face of the company and he does the talking. They've done no real media yet, a few podcasts and one live stream, and they're not going to publish anything till they have much, much better results, okay? But the phone they're working on is a soul phone. And what they're saying about this is it's going to be used to contact your dead, your passed on, your loved ones that are gone, your friends, your family, people that have passed. Now there's a whole lot that's wrong with that. And I'm glad that somebody on the show actually, not while their guest was on, but actually brought it up afterwards, despite being fraudulent and whether they're going to do however they're trying to trick people, if it's an algorithm or just some random data generator. There's a few other problems with it. When you need, excuse me, when you have something, okay, let's say, whatever, when you have something happening, like this phone ringing, you need something on the other side. You need a causal effect, something happening to get the phone to ring. Okay, so what is the causal effect? Or what? I'm not trying to be all sciencey, but come on now, what are the souls? What is the energy? Whether it's electromagnetic or whatever, some type of radiation, who knows? I don't know. I haven't done a whole lot of research onto this, but what is causing, what is the effect on the other side outputting data? What hardware is in the soul, the spirit realm, getting data out to our side, even though we share the same space, allegedly, according to these people? The main thing above all else, all the science, all the hardware, the specially designed devices, contraptions, the big thing, and I am so happy that I heard somebody bring this up, the major thing wrong with a soul phone, and I mean, call it stealing, call it what you will, borrowing, stealing. I'm not going to say the same exact thing because I don't remember it. I'm too tired right now. But the ethical aspect of it, giving people this hope that they're going to be able to talk or, you know, have questions and have something answered back, or even if it's a conversation to where they say this and this, you know, the living person says a bunch of things and then there's a little bit of a wait, that data is plugged into the soul phone and then an answer comes back. Just the ethical part of that, of giving people that false hope. I mean, think about it. When you lose somebody that you love, somebody close to you, if there was a way you could talk to them again, would you not want to do it? Would you not want to? You would throw money at it. You would do about anything when you lose somebody. So the whole ethical aspect of that seems really, really wrong. Hey, and who knows? You know, maybe somebody. I'll be the first to damn myself if a year from now the soul phone debuts and you can go and call up anybody from history or call anybody that's you know, dead, passed on from whatever year or recent. Even if it's recently, that's going to be crazy. I'll be the first one. Shame on me. However, I just don't see the aspects of it working in reality. And if you think that sounds nuts right now, if you just tuned in toward the end of this and you're hearing about soul phone, people, I promise you, go look on the internet. Just I'm not even going to do it. I have my screen over here, okay? I have my screen right here for everyone. See, there it is. There's my screen. I told you, it's there. I could Google soul phone right now, but I'm going to leave that up to you. Go and this train wreck is coming to an end. I'm getting really, really tired. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, we will continue this on Monday. We're going to try and get to the bottom of this one and do it all on camera. I don't want to do any aspect off camera. I would like to share how we get to the bottom of this problem on camera. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Thank you for clicking the link coming, checking it out, hearing me talk and ramble for an hour and 7 minutes now. That's too much. Shame on me.